When we went to the lower time frame, we got 1 is to 142 raised to reward. That is massive. Okay, so welcome back to this channel. I'm happy that you are here. So in today's video, I'm going to backtest a strategy that I've developed during this monk mode. I've tested a lot of strategies, but I think this strategy is the best that you can use to make money in the market, and it's simple. You just have to know some few things, and that's all. You are good to go. So I want you to stay with me. If you don't have your notes with you, just pick your notes, pick your pen, and write down as points the valuable insights that I'm coming to give you in this video. Let's get into it. And please, before we start this video, please take some 5 seconds to subscribe for me. Let's subscribe. Let's hit 1K subscribers before we finish this monk mode. Thank you very much for subscribing. Let's get into it. This strategy works like perfectly. I've not really gotten any good strategy like this one since I started trading, and I've been testing out different strategies. I was working on I was using support and resistance, trend lines. It works, those strategies work, but for me, I want to understand everything. I don't like trading concepts like that. I want to know, okay, why price is rejecting from this zone, why price is doing this, why is price not respecting my support, my resistance. You understand? There are key factors that move the market, so I want to know why this is happening, why that is happening, why we are liquidating this stop losses, why are we not respecting this zone. That's how I like my thing. So I started learning SMC, and it helped. SMC, it will teach you a lot, and the market is moved by big players, big banks, the government, the smart money. They have the institutions, they have a lot of money to move the market. We are just retail traders. So if we want to be on the right side of the market, we have to make sure we are trading with the big banks. We are trading with the big people, the people who are really moving the market. We don't want to go against them, because our money is not enough to even go against them in the market. So I started learning smart money, and after learning the smart money concept, I wanted to know a bit more. So I dive into ICT to learn a lot in ICT concepts, and ICT and smart money has a bit of some similarities. So I combine the two of them to be the strategy I'm trading right now, and I've seen some massive improvement, big time improvements, and big trades. You can see good risk to rewards. If only I follow the plan I've set for this strategy, it will give me a lot of money. Okay, so I'd want to share this strategy with you for you to understand how it works: market structure, supply and demand, imbalance, inducement levels, liquidity, and lower time frame entry. So those are the things we are going to use in this strategy. These are so let me see, 1 2 3 4 5 6. We have 6 things that I look before I take a trade. So for this chart, if you've been watching the monk mode series I was doing, I will link the videos here so that you can go and watch those videos. You can see that since day one, I started predicting that Euro USD has to come to either this zone. Yeah, it has to come to this area. So this is where I was expecting Euro USD to come, and because I was bearish on EU, so this is the trade I've been waiting for so long, like about a week now. I did a video on the Monday talking about how I'm expecting price to play out. So when I came to the market, this is Tuesday. So when this trade happened on the Wednesday. Okay, so when I came to the market on the Wednesday, this is what I was seeing. So in the daily, we are expecting price to come. We are expecting price to come here. To come one. This is a first. This will be our first take profit. Where is my line? Okay, so this will be our first take profit, and this will be our second take profit. You know, I take profits from demand and supply zones, so this will be our second take profit. So let me mark out the supply zone for you to see. Okay. So this is my next take profit level. Let me change this color. I don't like this color. Okay, so this is my take profit level, or this side, the downside. But since we are bullish, I'm expecting price to go up, rather come and sweep this high before, if you will come down, we will think about coming down. So I was very bullish on Euro USD and bearish on DXY. You understand? I was expecting Euro USD to come up, even if it will sell, at least come here before it sells. But if we are going to break, we will come here, because there's nothing here to really push price down, and we've reacted from this area, so it won't make sense if Euro USD, markets, that's what it likes. So we can't confidently say it can't react, but since it has reacted from here, it is likely to break through when it comes here. So it's either it come here and come down, or we break through and come to this zone. So this is where maybe I'll expect it to dash down. So I was bullish. That is the first thing you have to know, your trend. So the trend, I identify the trend from the daily and the 4-hour. So let's go to the 4-hour time frame. So on the 4-hour time frame, when I came to the 4-hour time frame, this is what I was seeing. The 4-hour too is bullish. You understand? So it's really confirming our bias right now. So the 4-hour, my first take profit will be here. If I'm buying, I will take my first profit here, because there is this liquidity. Price has to sweep this one and tap in this other block. If it wants to sell, it will sell from here. So I was really bullish on the on Euro USD. And when we mark it, so have one indicator that I use section indicator, which tells me the sections we are in. So let me search for the section indicator and see if we are going to, I don't know, it's either one of these ones, but I let me see. Okay, so I'm bullish on the daily, I'm bullish on the 4-hour. So what do? We move to the 15 minutes time frame. The 15 minutes time frame is just there for me to get a liquidity sweep. After getting the sweep, then I take the trade. So let me do the setup for this indicator. It's looking a bit messy, so I don't like it like that. I clean it. So how do we do that? Okay, so we come here, use red for Asia section, because I don't trade Asia, so it is red flag for me. So I use red for Asia section. And yes, so let's check the time zone. This is New York time zone. So yeah, New York time zone. And I think it's correct. But you can set it to GMT if you want. So I like it this way. Okay, so this is Asia section. Good. You can see how price has generated liquidity below this area. Okay, so there's this liquidity here, and you can see, okay, this has been retested. So this demand zone has been retested, but there's this liquidity, and there's this zone that we are expecting price to come. Okay, so let me mark for you to see what I'm expecting. And so when price is doing this, I'll just wait. I'm just waiting for price to do whatever it does. Then after giving me, you see price is trying to generate liquidity in the ACN section. So I want a shift, a change of character, lower time frame mitigation, then I take it high. So this is what I'm looking for. So this is what price is trying to do. It will generate liquidity around this area. It will generate so when it happens like this, I'm very patient. There's this liquidity, there's a lot of liquidity. So I want price to shift. Since I'm bullish, I want price to shift here. Give me an entry, then I'll take my trade, or shift here, come down, sweep here, give me an entry, then I'll take the trade. Good. Now, okay, so this is the accumulation and this is the distribution. This is the manipulation. So as we've gotten our manipulation, what do? Then it's manipulated into our order block, our demand zone. You understand? So that is a very good thing for us. So what do? Go to the lower time frame to look for our entries in the lower time frame. All right, so in the lower time frame, what are we waiting? What are we expecting? So in the lower time frame, this was our main accumulation, and we manipulated in the landing section. That is around 7. So mostly 7:30 to 8:30. That is when I look for my trades. So what do? I'm looking for price to give me a change of character, comes down, then we take the trade. So that's what I'm looking for. So let's play price. So this is a very good confluence that price is ready to go up. So we have first rejection, second rejection, third rejection, which all the candles are closing above each other. So that is another confluence for me. Good. Now we have our shift. So ideally it should close above the line. Then good. So now this is a change of character for us. So let me mark it out. So now this is a change of character. So it means we can take our trade if we get a lower time frame entry, because everything is matching, or everything is aligned correctly. So what do I look for? Now we've gotten a change of character. I mark out the order block, so it can be the whole order block. So when we go to the 15 minutes, you can see that this is the whole order block that gave us the change of character. So for me, I would want the last candle that brought the momentum. So I will use this candle, and yes, this one. But when we go to the 5 minutes time frame, you can see that since these candles are closing above each other, and this candle respected this one, you understand, respected this candle, I will take my trades here. Okay, since this candle respected this candle, it means that the orders lies here, and this will be the last candle before the big momentum. So this will be my demand zone. Alright, this will be my demand zone, or the other block, because this is up close candles, and so multiple of up close. I'll place the trade, put my stop loss below this one. You can go a little bit below, but I mean that is fine so far as so far as I'm seeing this. I know that price will respect this zone. If it gets liquidated, that means my entry was wrong. Okay, so or my bias is wrong. So where do I target? So if you can remember, the first target will be the Asia high, that is 1:3. We make sure we get our 1:3. After that, we mark out, we target the main swing high, the main trade. So where is the main trade? So the main trade should be around this area, the daily time frame. So I use the daily supply zone. So I use the supply zone because I know price may likely react from the supply zone, so mostly I take it here. Okay, so this is what we have. Okay, that is 1:60 risk to reward. Okay, so let me check if the entry is correct. So this is where we are entering. Alright, yeah, this is where we are entering, and our stop loss is here. So EU, my stop loss is between 5 to, it's between 4 to 10. So that is what I get on EU. That's very, very small, but if I'm correct, you should respect my stop loss. If I'm wrong, then it is what it is. So this will be our first take profit. When we take our 70% here, we look for places to enter more. Okay, so for now, let's see if we'll be triggered. Okay, so let me place the trade. So we are risking 1% on this trade. So let's see. And it is good we are not shifting. See how price is reacting? Good. You see how price was not shifting above this one? So we are now tagged in. So let's see how price will behave. Alright, let's see. Okay, so now our first TP has hit. Look for another entry. Okay, for another entry. So if we mark out, so let's see where we can enter from. So there is this other block that has been mitigated by this candle. So this is not valid order block. Okay, so the next one with this one, there's this small imbalance here, so this will be a valid order block to enter from. Can see we've broken structure, so the next thing to do is look for another entry. So now we have two positions on. Okay, let me take you through. When price took out this high it was my first TP was hit. That's 1:3, and we have to break even. When we hit first TP, we move our trade to break even. Then we look for another entry. So the next entry was around this area because I was not seeing any imbalance other block around here. So then the other block that has imbalance was around here when you go to the 15 minutes time frame. So I put another order here, and we are now tagged in. So after we've broken structure, we are targeting 1:3 on this one, and when we get 1:3, we will look for another entry. So let me see where 1:3 will end. So this is a stop loss. So that is what happened. This trade, this setups, it doesn't really happen like that. So when you get it, you have to take full advantage. So this is 1:3. When we hit here, we are looking for another entry, then put our price at break even. Okay, so the first TP is hit on the next and the other trade. So now our price is at break even. So where do we enter again? We can see there's no imbalance here, but there is one imbalance around this area. So we can look for another entry around this area, targeting the same TP. So this is where we can enter from. If we are stopped out, that is fine, but we need to maximize the trade to its full potential. So where is our target? Our target will be the same area, the same TP. So this is 1:35. The second one is 1:51. This is 1:55. So when we hit TP, we are almost done for the year, or for the week, or for the month. So this is how it happens. This setup, this is the best strategy I've ever gotten, and it works. You have to just spot where it happens and take your full advantage. So let's place the price. Let's place the trade. Okay, I think we are left out. Price didn't trigger trade, but we are up around 23,000. That is 23%. So this is still Wednesday. Let's see if we will tag in. So if we are not, that means the next trade will be around this area, but I won't take any other trade again. Let me see how this will function. So let's use the 15 minutes so that it will be a bit faster. Okay, the next trade too is active now. The next trade is active. Oh, we are tagged in. You see, so this is what I was talking about. This is the strategy that it will always work when you follow the plan. See how price respected our stop loss. So this is how it works. It works perfectly when you choose the correct zones and you place your orders. It will always follow. So we are up 68,000. That is 1 is to 68 on one trade setup. So we are in the next day. It is Thursday. Around 6. Okay, so um let's see what price will do. Let's see what price will do. Okay, so full TP hit. Okay, so our full TP is hit on this trade. This is massive. Let me take you through the trade, how we got this trade. A trade recap. This is summary of whatever I've spoken about. So we started from the daily time frame, and as I'm expecting EU to go up. I'm expecting EU to hit this zone. This is what I was expecting since Monday. So when we go to the market, we are bullish. We have our buyers already. And the chart too is giving us bullish confirmation. You can see this breaks are above this candle. So when we go to the 4 hour, we still identify the zones we can buy from. That is our POIs. You can see that we have these zones that price can respect. All right, so if we are taking any trade, we will take the trade from the fresh zones. And where is our fresh zone? This is our fresh zone. You can see this zone was left out, but if we mark out, we can see that it has been tested already. So the next zone was around this area. Good. Then we go to the 15 minutes time frame. 15 minutes time frame is where we identify our liquidities, where our next liquidity is, where we can take potential trades from. So when we go to 15 minutes, we can see that the Asia session opened. It's opened around this area, and the London session took out the Asia low. So since we are bullish and we've taken out the Asia low, when we get any break of structure or any change of character to the upside, that still confirms our bullish trend. We can take the trade from there. So after the London section took out the Asia low, the liquidity of the day was swept. So now what do? We go to the lower time frame to look for our entries. And when we came to the lower time frame, we can see that price gave us this change of character. When we got this change of character, we placed our trade on the other block that caused the change of character, and we were tagged incorrectly. Good. And this was our first CP, 1:3. When price got to 1:3, we put our trade at break even and we look for another entry. The next entry will be the next order block or demand zone that has not been tested. So we can see this has been tested by this candle, but this other block has not been tested, and see there is still imbalance here. So what do? We place our trade there. Our trade got tagged in, then we hit our first TP around this area. So where will be our next zone to take the trade from? That is what we do. We identify the next zones that we can maximize on this trade and take. So the next zone was around this area. You can see I've marked out this area. So this is our next fresh zone that we can take the trade from. You can see there is this imbalance in front of it. All right, good. So there's this next imbalance in front of it. We place our trade there. We got tagged in around this area. out. We went to the next day. The next day, what were we expecting? We were expecting a sweep, then we take another trade, but it didn't give us that sweep, and price went straight to our TP. All right, and gave us 1:142 risk reward. That is a potential trade. So one trade, if we had taken the trade from the 1 hour, we would get only 1:10. That was what I saw on the 1 hour time frame. Let me show you. So this is the another essence of taking your trades in the lower time frame. Okay, so when we take the trade from the 1 hour, this is where we could have gotten a potential trade, and this will be our entry, this will be our stop loss, this will be our stop loss. And if you are targeting the same area, this is okay, this will give us 1:15. But when we went to the lower time frame, we got 1:142 risk to reward. That is massive. That is massive. So that is this for this trade, and that is for this strategy. That's why I'm saying this strategy is the best strategy I've developed so far, and it works. I've back tested it for some time now, and the return is so massive. The return is so massive. All right, so we'll close for today. Don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to hit the notification, don't forget to like, don't forget to share with your friends, so that we can hit our 1K within this monk mode. That's our target in this monk mode. Okay, thank you very much for staying with me. See you next time. Bye bye.